All right, I want to talk about the ugly of business, entrepreneurs, operations, whether you're a real estate investor or not, whether you're in the student housing niche or not. If you have an employee, listen up, this is for you. And maybe you don't have the employee yet, and the reason you don't is because you're scared to death to hire and fire. And I will say, is one of my favorite things is hiring and firing employees. I know, I'm really not a mean person, I promise. But what I figured out is I know what I want in business and what I want my business to represent, and I want to be proud of that. So, hiring and firing. I had another person in my mastermind group ask me to document this for you because I helped them fire their first employee. And the guys that I helped, they had held on to this employee for about 3 weeks before they reached out to me, post the time she worked with them that they were happy with her. And in this instance, it was a she. So they basically said, we hate coming to our office every day. We don't think she's doing half the things she's supposed to be. And now we're doing the things that that person was hired to do, and we don't want to fire someone. So here's my tips on firing someone. It's not as ugly as you think it is. My life coach, Richard Flint, actually helped me with this process because I had an employee that I dearly cared about, but they were just things that happened in their life and they weren't performing at work. So their personal life was coming to work. We'd had several conversations and it was still happening. And it was around the holiday time. So I said, I can't fire someone at the holidays because they've got children and they need to take care of them during the holidays, and I just don't have the heart to do that. So he challenged me. He said, you've already decided to pay her for X amount of weeks, whether she works or not. So go home today, fire her, and give her that same pay and wish her the best of luck. So this is how that looks. So you kind of just sit down with your employee and you ask them how they think things are going on their end and what they think their performance looks like for you. They're going to list off a few things, and then you're going to make sure you have your documentation that, these are the things that I appreciate that. I just think we both have different visions of what this looks like. And over the course of the last 3 weeks or whatever that time frame is, you've been late or had this issue or this personal problem that's came to work with you, and it's not working for our business anymore. And these things aren't getting done that we need to have done. And once I start doing what you're supposed to be doing, there's no longer a need for you in this office. But I wish you the best of luck. I want you to have lots of success in your future. So what I have decided to do today is I'd like to go ahead and give you a check today for all your work up to this point, plus 2 weeks. And I'm going to give that to you today. So that gives you 2 full weeks to find another job and not have to stress, and you can still take care of things. Would that work for you? That's it, guys. It's that simple. Every single time I've done that, the employee usually, you can tell in their body language, it just all goes, and they are relieved that you have now fired them because they've been stressed by having to come to work. And then they most often give me a hug before they leave and thank me. And I'm always like, did they just hug me? I fired them. How is that possible? So I'm telling you, firing is not that awful. Just don't be awful. So make it good for them and good for you. And then you're going to love coming back to your office or your business or your Monday morning meetings that much more every single week. So make sure you love what you're doing all the time. And if there's a reason you're not loving it, make a change.